Welcome to today's installment. Let's get right into it. Got the heater going, it's gonna be noisy, but a lot has happened. So many unanswered questions here still about where I'm going. What I'm gonna get into today is setting myself up to start finishing my 3-piece version of this duckbill. I started doing that last year, but I wanted to wait. Well, that's a crock of shit. I sort of wanted to finish it, but I just get sick of molding stuff, so I said I'm gonna do the 3-piece version of it when the wide body happens. And as you can see, the wide body is happening. So I need to add some material here to start molding that. Let me shut this heater off for a minute. So this looks like straight Greek tragedy right now, but I know that looks bad right now, but it actually is capable of smoothing out to this. So I use drywall mud to actually form this, which then eventually ends up being this. Like, this is very solid. I've actually seen people do this before and leave, like they would leave this on the car. Now, I'm not doing that. I'm using this to make a mold so that I can make more of these. Let's say 3 months into it, something happens and I bust my front right or rear fender, I'll have a mold and be able to redo it. Now, I'm not gonna be riveted. I am gonna mold this into the car itself, so if I ever have to replace, it's gonna be quite a process. I still don't know exactly. I kind of keep seeing this detail in my mind, like a vent or a scoop or a cut-in or something. Same thing with back here. I'm pretty sure this section here is finished product. But again, until I get the wheel, because the wheel that I'm gonna be putting on here is gonna be taller than this. And right now, I'm sort of guessing. I mean, I can do the math in my head, but until I actually have the wheel sitting there, that's kind of unanswered. The side skirts, I'm still trying to figure out. So the measurement is pretty much almost identical to a Mitsubishi Evo. And they have already made wide body side skirts that I could use and incorporate into this. I haven't decided if I want to do that, or is there gonna be so much modifying that would need to happen on those that in the end it's probably just better for me to make something on my own from scratch. Still not sure yet. Today, I'm going to finally, this is cured enough that I'm gonna be able to smooth this out and really start to get a direction of a finished shape up here. This has already been dried, but this is just, it's not speaking to me. Something needs to happen here to make the transition cleaner and just all around more gnarly. Like, there is this little divot here. If you own a Caliber, you know what I'm talking about. I want to kind of make the hulked out version of this in here. So I'm going to lay the product in this area, do a little more protecting up here to get to shaping that. I also need to make the decision, am I going to be getting a new front splitter, a wider version, or am I going to bring this in to where this splitter still works? I'm not going to be able to answer that question until I really know what's happening here. So I'm a little bit all over the place, but that's just because I'm so excited to see, you know, this. Oh, I want to see what this looks like with that. And then I jump over here. So I really need to get a little more focused, I'm gonna get the material out so that I can start shaping my 3-piece. Get the material out on the front so I can come up with some sort of detail there. I'm probably going to cut this, follow this line. Same thing for the back. So this line is the same. So on the back, figure out, I started with this here, but it's sort of, I don't know, plain. Maybe I see something more. I don't want to like dazzle this up so that it's obnoxious. And you know, I mean, it's already gonna be pretty obnoxious. But it's gonna be awesome. I promise you that my finished product in the end, when it's all said and done, is gonna be one for the books. And whether that's a good or bad book, we're not sure yet. This clip has already ran on way too long. I've been talking way too much. So I'm gonna get some work done. We'll check back in a minute. Okay, if you wanna actually see this process and try it yourself on whatever, this is what it is. First thing I'm doing is obviously protecting the area, and overkill at that, with the blue tape. I found this squirts better when the can's upside down. That's too much. I'm not used to doing this. Now I know I'm gonna be down to about nothing there, but I'm still gonna put some on. That's all taped off, so fill that. Right now, that looks like a hot mess. That's the first layer, and I'm gonna leave this alone for 10 or 15 minutes. Don't worry about if it doesn't look neat and pretty. That comes later. Get this first layer on just like that. Don't try to mound it up like I did the first time and have it super thick, because if you do that, it's gonna create air pockets, which then in turn will create little problem areas like this that I'm going to have to address later. See this big air pocket right there? That happened because I mounded it stupid deep trying to do it all in one shot. So you gotta put one layer up, let it set for about 10 or 15 minutes until, not till it's completely cured, but at least until it's somewhat holding its shape there. Then I'll put another one, probably one more layer is gonna get me up past where I need to be to continue to carry this around and make a badass 3-piece duckbill. Lights and heat back on, camera off. We'll check in a minute. Okay, I know what you're thinking. He's lost his damn mind. Well, it has to be a big blobbing mess before I can make something out of it. So right now, it's just gonna leave it at a big blobbing mess. I did fill in all the low spots with drywall joint compound. Why? Well, because it's a lot cheaper than body filler, and it's gonna give me the same finished product. What I need is to be able to have something that I can make a mold so that there's minimal body filler on my fiberglass piece when it's all said and done. So I'll do and use anything I can to get to that point, so that when I make a mold and I pull my piece out and it's done, I'm only concentrating on molding it to the body, not trying to make it tight and right and smooth, if that's making any kind of sense. So right now, at this point today, this is as far as I can get, because everything I'm working on has product on it that needs to cure. Drum break. I'm not panicking at all. I'm not even nervous because I see what it's going to eventually be. Next video, we should really be moving forward with a final shape on both the front and the back and really start to make a decision and move forward on the side skirt. Also, the sides of the duckbill, just so much more to look forward to, which is why you should take a second and subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell, because either way, if this turns into a masterpiece or I completely destroy my car, it's gonna be entertaining for you. How am I gonna turn that into a cool finish of a duckbill spoiler? Have to tune in and find out. Actually, the next video is not gonna be up tomorrow. I would imagine if I put this out tonight on Sunday, the next video will be up around Wednesday. So, until Wednesday, you guys, keep it custom. Now I gotta go on a date with my hot girlfriend.